Hello everybody, this is Hobby the Gamer here with my 8th season of my Journeyman career mode. I did decide to join Liverpool in the Premier League, so I am very excited with this team. It does look like we have a pretty good squad here, so with that being said, we can get right into the first half transfers and highlights. Now, the first order of business in the transfer window was to bring back Trent Alexander-Arnold, as he was a 90 overall at the age of 30. I still felt like this was a pretty good deal for us to make. Plus, we had plenty of cash to splash, but I saved a few bucks by offering a player swap, sending Oscar Zambrano and 88 million to get the services of Trent Alexander-Arnold back. Now, of course, I had to bring in Konstantin Sorensen with me. He was like a son to me, and we had raised him since our days at Lingby. And before I left, I put a $1,000 release clause on him, so I got a bargain for that, obviously. And same with Maldonado. I just couldn't bring in Sorensen and leave Maldonado at Sociedad, so I brought him in as well. And I also put a cheeky little $1,000 release clause on him before I left too. Now, the final signing was for Harvey Barnes, who would be a rotational player, and I paid $32 million to bring him back to the Premier League. And with that done, we can move into the highlights. Alright, for the first game of these highlights, we are up against Arsenal at Anfield, and we will get the ball rolling first with Sorensen driving into the box, his shot off the crossbar, but Torres is there to stick it home. Arsenal would get a goal back, just good play from them, horrible defense from us. McAllister scoring to equalize, and then Nunez steps up to the penalty spot and absolutely buries it to give us the lead, and Arsenal would go get a late equalizer to share the spoils. Now into the next match at Everton for the Merseyside derby. We really wanted to get a win here, and Ignacio, the center back, absolute beautiful free kick, overhead kick from him to give us the lead. And then Everton, just great passing play between them. To be fair, they would go get the equalizer before the halftime break, and then right after the break, Luis Diaz passes it over to Willock, plays it over to Gravenberch. He gets us back into the lead. And then Diaz once again plays it over to Cho. He drives into the box. Great finish from him, giving us a 2-goal lead. But Everton would go get a consolation goal, and we would get all 3 points. Moving into the next match here versus Fulham. Fulham would get so many penalties awarded in this game. We got one penalty awarded at the beginning. Torres sticks it away, and then Malen, I believe he sticks this one. Allison trying to do some mime stuff, but didn't really work. Malen once again steps up, but Allison does very well to save that one, even though it doesn't really matter, as Fulham would go on to score to take the lead. And then they would tack on to that lead. Missed tackle from Bashadel, I think it was, and then Fulham get a 2-goal lead. And then another penalty here. Malen sticks it away, and then yet another penalty here, and Malen also sticks this one away. Moving into the Carabao Cup now with this final game versus Wolves. We will get a penalty here, although I believe Nunez misses it. And yeah, I mean, it's a pretty poor penalty to be fair. And then we would get punished for it, as Wolves would absolutely slam that free kick home. We do get a break as Jan Johansson is sent off, reducing Wolves to 10 men. And we get another penalty. This time, Cho stepping up absolutely sticks it past the keeper. And then we would get the very, very late winner with Sorensen, ending off these highlights. Alright, taking a look at the standings here. We are currently sitting in 5th on 34 points. Not exactly where I wanted to be, but we still have a chance of finishing in the top 4. Looks like Man United is kind of got a big lead. They have sitting first in 44 points. But Man United is in second on 38 points, so we're only 4 points behind them. 3 teams tied on 34 points, so we're right in the mix of things, so it's not panic mode yet. But we do have a concerning number of draws here. We got 7 draws. We got to be finishing these games out. A lot of these draws are like late winners from the other team, or not winners, but late goals from the other teams. So we have to be a little bit more defensive. Because we're scoring plenty of goals, It's just that I think we're trying to outscore our opponents, and that's not always working. So, well, yeah, taking a look at the standings there, like I said, we're sitting in 5th. And then FA Cup hasn't really started. Oh, it has started. We're not in it, though. Oh, yeah. We're up against Nottingham Forest, round 3. That should be coming up pretty soon. In the Carabao Cup, we are pretty far in it. Up against Leicester City, West Ham, and Spurs, the other two teams. So if we can beat Leicester City, this matchup really favors us as well. So we should definitely look to win the Carabao Cup. That would be pretty good. In the Champions League, we made it through second place, 10 points, right behind Dortmund, Salzburg, and Benfica, rounding out the group. In the round of 16, we are up against Leipzig, so I think that probably favors us as well. So yeah, we really sitting pretty in pretty much all the competitions here. And yeah, like I said, it's not panic mode yet. We still have chance to catch up to Man United, Man City, I mean. And yeah, so like I said, I do expect to finish in the top 4. Anything else other than top 4 is going to be a failure and disappointment. I'm really ideally looking to finish in, obviously, first, but you know, Man City kind of has a big lead on that. So second or third is ideal for me. Fourth is good. It is still top 4, but yeah, top 2 or 3 is my goal. One thing is, I think I am going to be looking for a left back and another center back. We are really low on depth. And what I've been finding is that, yeah, our starting 11 is very good, but once we have to go in with the second team for those games where we only have 2 or 3 days of rest, then our second team really isn't up to par. So we're gonna have to sign probably another center mid, definitely another center defensive mid, and a left back and another center back. Our attack looks pretty good. I mean, there's no complaints from me there. I might look to sign a third striker. We only have 2 strikers with Nunez and Cho, but our wingers, we plenty of wings and plenty of players that can play in wings, so we're good there. But like I said, I'm probably looking to sign maybe a center mid and a center defensive mid, as well as a center back. Maybe a left back. If I can find a center back who can play left or right back, that would be ideal as well. Or even a left back who could play fullback, that would be ideal as well. So that's going to be pretty much my focus for this coming January. And then we can also take a look at the youth academy. I am scouting Scotland, Belgium, and Ireland right now, so we do have some pretty decent players coming up for us as well. So yeah, Riley Sunderland, might have to promote him. 69 overall, he's already hit his potential, so hopefully the potential improves. But yeah, we got some good players here. We do have some Romain Fabry headed to Spurs, Euro headed to Crystal Palace, Wilkins, and then those are the only 2 transfers out. Everybody else is pretty much sent on loan. So yeah, with that being said, we can move right into the transfers and then the second half highlights. Now, for this January transfer window, one of the main issues that I really had with this Liverpool team was that we had very little squad depth, so I needed to fix that, and that's why I made quite a few signings in my eyes. The first was for Joe Bellingham. We weren't going to be able to afford Jude, so I decided to go for the next best thing, his brother. I paid a pretty good price for him in my eyes, sending in just under 30 million to Birmingham City for his signature. The next player was Mohamed Sanko, who would become our third choice striker, and at 26 years of age and an 81 overall, he's still decently young and at a good overall, so I like this signing as well. We desperately needed more midfield depth too, so Kanya Fujimoto would come in from Genoa, sending Lucas Torreira in $1 million for the Japanese center midfielder. And rounding out our signatures for this window would be Kobe Manu, sending $32 million to Manchester United. But like I said, we needed more depth, and this was a pretty good deal in my eyes. Alright, kicking off the second half highlights here, we are in the Carabao Cup final versus Spurs. They would strike first, earning themselves a penalty, and Favre sends Allison the wrong way to take the lead. However, Nunez does very well to play in Consecao, who somehow manages to get to Torres, and we equalize things. And then immediately after the kickoff, horrible pass from Spurs defense. Tchouaméni pounces on it, plays it to Nunez, who scores to give us the lead. And then Spurs once again getting a penalty, and Favre steps up, sends Allison the wrong way once again to equalize. And then Spurs, just great passing play, and it's just a super jamming goal. I don't know what happened here, but they would take the lead. And then in the dying embers of the game, Mohamed Sanko, our new signing, scores the equalizer, only for Spurs to go on and win the thing in extra time, and we lose the final. Doesn't matter though, we are still in the Champions League final, and we are up against Atletico Madrid. They will strike first, just poor defense from us once again. However, we do well to respond with Gravenberch holding off his defense, slips it past the keeper, and equalizes for us. Although we are still down on aggregate, Nunez unleashes the spanker off the crossbar. Torres is there to clean up, and it will go to penalties. Allison does very well to save the first one here. Nunez steps up, takes a few moments, finally steps up, slams it into the back of the net. What a penalty from Nunez. And then Diaz steps up for Atletico. Allison saves it. Horrible penalty from them. Kobe Manu steps up for us. He slams it right down the middle, sending Oblak the wrong way. And then Riquelme steps up. Allison saves. Allison saved 3 penalties in a row. And to win us the game here, Mohamed Sanko is going to step up. He already scored earlier on in the game. Will he be able to do it? Of course he's going to be able to do it. Sends Oblak the wrong way, and we move on. Alright, here we are at Wembley in the semifinals of the FA Cup versus Fulham. Somebody forgot to turn on the lights, which resulted in a goal fest. Sanko opened up the scoring here with a very well taken shot. And then from here on out, it was pretty much a back and forth game. Fulham capitalized on our defensive mistakes. And then Kobe Manu would step up to the penalty spot. Absolutely slams that down the middle, sends the keeper the wrong way. We take the lead. Fulham do very well to respond to that. That's just an unstoppable shot. What can anybody do about that? And then immediately after that goal, we send it over to Luis Diaz. He does a nice little ball roll, gets past one defender, drives into the box, somehow manages to get his shot away, and we take the lead before the halftime break. And then in the 60th minute, Fulham slice right through our defense and equalize. Sorensen driving down the left-hand side, squares it over to Sanko for his brace. We take the lead, and then in the dying embers of the match, Fulham somehow managed to equalize, sending this to extra time. They would take the lead in extra time, but Sorensen, moment of magic here, absolute beautiful spin and turn from him, equalizing. And then in the second half of extra time, Joe would square it across to Willock, who scores to send us to the final. Now in the Champions League semifinals, we are up against Barcelona. Gravenberch does really well to slip it past the keeper here to give us the lead. And then Nunez stepping up to the penalty spot, absolutely buries it. And then Barcelona would get a consolation goal here, but we are through to the Champions League final. Alright everybody, as you can see, we are here for the final in the FA Cup. So we beat Fulham, as you saw in the highlights. It was a goal fest. We beat them 6-5. So make it to the final versus Leeds. I would say this is probably a very favorable matchup for us, and we should be coming out here with the win. But you know, it's the final, so you can't take anything for granted here. And then taking a look at the calendar, we only have 2 more league games before we have the Champions League final. As you saw in the highlights versus Barca, we beat them 2-1, and we make it to the final versus PSG. So we got 2 finals here for you. Normally I do like playing like the semifinals for you, But with how far we had gotten in the Champions League, this was our moment, and since we are in the final of the FA Cup as well. So, yeah, without further ado, let's take a look at the starting 11. With a probably the strongest lineup. We got Fernand Torres on the left wing, Nunez up top at striker, Konstantin Sorensen, the other winger, Cancelo, and Gravenberch and Tukameni, the three center midfielders, Kunde and Trent Alexander-Arnold, the two fullbacks, Ignacio and Amaro, the two center backs, with Allison in goal. Looks like Leeds have gone with the 4-2-3-1 lineup formation. I mean, so this should be a pretty good game. Looks like they have some decent players. So like I said, this shouldn't be a cakewalk, but like I said, I think the bookies will probably heavily favor us. So, alright, looks like they managed to turn the lights on this game, which is good because I don't like playing in the dark versus Fulham. I think that's probably what led to the goal fest. I wasn't able to see the defenders, but here we go. Like I said, we're looking to get a quick start here. Like always, I mean, what team wouldn't want a quick start? Tukameni looking for the in-swinger. Gravenberch, acrobatics, Konskow. Let's go. Great goal. Gravenberch with the acrobatics, missed that, but Konskow managed to get onto it. Slams it into the back of the net. We take an early 1-0 lead here versus Leeds United in the FA Cup final. Let's go. That's what we needed. Great cross in from Tukameni as well. Here we go. Here we go. Sorensen. Darwin might be through. He's got to be through. Yeah, he's through. He's got to finish. He's got to finish. He fluffs it. Sorensen also fluffs it. Acrobatic shot from it, and that's an own goal. Acrobatic shot from Sorensen. Overhead kick. Somehow, I think it definitely hit one of the Leeds players because that was not going in. I think that was going wide. But Sorensen, happy to take credit for that. We'll see if it goes down as an own goal or if it's a goal for Sorensen. Yeah, Darwin should have finished that. Sorensen's shot blocked. Oh yeah, that's definitely going wide. Oh, what's going on here? What's going on here? Can we? Oh my God, that's so jammy. What are we doing? That's so jammy. How does that go in? I just don't understand how that goes in. Good stop from Allison. Why is Gravenberch not? That's such a jammy goal. Such a jammy goal. That should not be going in. Oh, Konskow might be through. He's got to finish. He does. Konskow's got to brace. Let's go. I hope that's how you say his name, because that's how I've been saying it all season long. Like I said, hopefully that's how you say his name. But Konskow's got a brace here. Darwin's, oh, that's a nutmeg. Darwin slipping through. And he's got a brace. We take a 3-1 lead here in the final. And like I said, it's been pretty comfortable except for that one very jammy goal right before the halftime break. But second half, it's been all us so far. So sitting pretty here. Oh, here we go. Maldonado. Sanko. Oh, he's through. I see Sorensen. Sorensen, that's got to be put away. Hey, Sorensen. How is that not put away, son? Okay, Gravenberch. Oh, he's giving a penalty. He is giving a penalty. Well, what's happened here? What's going on here? He's giving a penalty on Zinchenko. Cross comes in. Oh, that's questionable, but you know what? Good play from us. Definitely going to give it to Konskow. What's his? Oh, he's got 64 penalties. It's alright, it's alright. Oh, he sent him the wrong way. Konskow's got his hat trick. Let's go. Not really the best penalty, but you know, it doesn't matter. Ended up in the back of the net. He's got a hat trick. I'm happy. He's happy. We're gonna win this cup final. 4-1. Let's go. Yeah, not the best penalties, but you know, it is what it is. 80th minute. Leeds might look to get a consolation goal here. Let's just hold them out. See things out. And that's the game. Let's go. Let's go. Just what we needed. very, very, you know, I'm gonna say it's a pretty easy day out for us. So, I mean, Leeds United did what they could, scoring a goal right before halftime, but Consecao hat trick with the penalty gives us 3 goals, and then unfortunate own goal for Leeds. But you know, that's just sometimes how the game goes. So Ignacio is gonna lift the trophy for us. And that marks the first trophy we've won this season, I believe. I don't think we won the Super Cup. I don't think we were in that, but yeah, this is gonna be the first trophy we've won. I think we lost the Carabao Cup versus Spurs, if I remember correctly. We lost that, but you know, winning the FA Cup, I would say that's probably a bigger trophy than the Carabao Cup, so I'm not too upset about that one. So, Tugameni's actually gonna lift the trophy. That's good. I like him as a captain, so yeah, he's gonna lift the trophy up for that, and great performances all around. Can't be faulted. Unfortunate we didn't get the clean sheet, but what can you do? That's just life. So yeah, I will see you guys here in a little bit. Alright, here we are in the final. Gone with the standard 4-3-3 false 9. Well, not really false 9, but Torres and Sorensen, the 2 wingers. Darwin Nunez, the striker up top. Consecao, Gravenberch, and Tukameni, the 3 midfielders. Kunde and Trent, the 2 wing backs. Nacio and Badashil, the 2 center backs, with Allison in goal. Paris Saint-Germain going with a 5-3-2 holding. They still have Mbappe, Vitina. They got a pretty good team. Donnarumma in goal, so should be much tougher opposition than the Leeds game was, but still fairly confident this is a really good Liverpool team. As long as we show up and we play like how I know we can play, I say this every time, but we're capable of beating anybody. So yeah, it's just about if the boys want it. That's just really what it comes down to. Oh, that's gonna be a red, isn't it? That's dangerous. Took out Mbappe by the what's this gonna be? Straight red. Oh, Benoit Badashil gets sent off. That is probably the last thing I wanted. Straight red. No arguments about that. That's definitely gonna. That's. Well. Well, that's not ideal now, is it? Gonna have to do this. Not gonna have. We're gonna play with no center midfield. It's stupid. 6 minutes in. What am I doing? Oh my god, that's so stupid. So stupid. Great, now we gotta play the majority of the game down a man. Ignacio, what are we doing with the center back up forward? Sorensen. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? It's gone in! It's gone in! Let's go! Fernan Torres. Constantine Sorensen chips it off to Fernan Torres. Somehow gets it into the back of the net. I don't know what I'm trying to do there. What? I should have just taken a shot here with Sorensen. I thought, well, it somehow worked. It somehow worked. Fernan Torres somehow gets his head on that. We take a shock lead here versus PSG. Down to 10 men. We take the lead. That's something completely against the run of play. I think that's probably our first shot on target. Alright, I need to make some subs. Yeah, bring on Manu. Torres, yeah, bring on Barnes. Yeah, I think that's going to be... Those are the only 2 subs I'm going to make for the moment. Torres is pretty tired. I do like Barnes, though. He plays well over what his 83 overall actually is. So I'm happy to bring him on. Good clearance from Kunde. Barnes. Oh, Barnes loses it. Oh, no. No. Good tackle. Great tackle from Ignacio. Darwin's through. He just got to get by his man. He slips it home. Let's go! Darwin Núñez. Finally. Let's go. That's what we needed. Darwin Núñez gets his goal. Fluffed his earlier chance, but he makes sure he slips this one home. Let's go. We take a 2-0 lead here versus PSG. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Yeah, I'll bring on Joe Bellingham for Gary Birch. Fresh legs in the middle of the park. All we gotta do is hold out now. Lovely performance here. We go down a man. We show resilience. We show determination. We show character. Absolute masterclass here today from me. Just kidding. It wasn't a masterclass. It was very nervy, actually. Overthinking things a lot. Trying to go for the sweats when I shouldn't be. But you know what? Sometimes the game just favors you. Sometimes the game just smiles in your favor. And we might be able to get another one. Manu. Darwin. Oh, off the bar. Barnes. Acrobatic shot. Completely takes him out. That was dangerous. But we get the win here. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. Fantastic performance here. We go down a man. Doesn't matter. Torres gets us a goal in the first half. And then Darwin Núñez seals the win for us in the dying moments. And let's go. We're going to lift the Champions League trophy. This is Tex Johnson's first Champions League trophy. Absolute scenes here. Absolute scenes. You'll just love to see it. You just love to see it. I mean, what's better than this? What's better than this? Harvey Barnes is going to lift the trophy for us. Or, no, I don't know. No, it's Tukumeni. He's still on the field. So, yeah, Tukumeni still on the field is going to lift the Champions League trophy for us. Absolute wonderful performances here today. Couldn't be happier with the boys. Like I said, we showed resilience, determination, character. We go down a man. This is probably one of the most exciting finals I've ever seen. Probably one of the most exciting finals I've ever played in. Like I said, we turned up. We played the way I know we can play. And we did what we needed to do. So, alright, here we are. Final game. Not final game. Just after the Champions League final. Like I said, fantastic performance from us. What am I doing? Taking a look at everything in the Premier League. You already know this, but we finished in second. 77 points. Man City won the title with 84 points. Man United came in third. Arsenal fourth. Spurs fifth. Taking a look at who got sent down. Crystal Palace, Watford, and Blackburn. They're getting sent down. Moving on to the next competition, the FA Cup. We have won that versus Leeds United. After beating Fulham in the absolute goal fest, that was the semi-finals. 5-6. We managed to come through to the final. And then, yeah, like I said earlier, I knew we didn't win the Carabao Cup. We lost to Spurs in the dying moments of extra time. They beat us 4-3. I think it was extra time. I don't think it was a penalty shootout. So, but yeah, okay. Champions League. You already know this. We beat Paris Saint-Germain. We beat Barcelona, Atletico, RB Leipzig. In the group stage, we came in second. So, solid performances all around. Taking a look at the board objectives, we have an 84 manager popularity rating, which is fantastic. We've won the Champions League Cup. We didn't win the league title, so that's not good. But we won the Champions League. That's probably the biggest trophy out there. Premier League is also pretty big, to be fair. So take a look at the stats for the season. Allison, absolute unit out here. 62 appearances on the season. Goncalo Ignacio, 54. And then Darwin Núñez, 52 appearances. Top goal scorer goes to Darwin Núñez. 29 goals and 52 appearances. Coming in second is Fernan Torres with 20 goals in 47 appearances, and then rounding it out, Konstantin Sorensen, 12 goals in 44 appearances. Top assist for the season goes to Ryan Gravenberch, 14 assists in 48 matches, and then Kanzikau and Torres both tied with 9. Top clean sheets, no surprise, is Allison with 15 and 62. Goncalo Ignacio and Darwin Nunez each had 14 clean sheets to their name. Absolute fantastic stats here. I do have some players leaving on freeze. João Cancelo leaving us. He is 36, 81, but he's just not really. Doesn't really have the legs anymore, unfortunately. I mean, I do like him, but he just doesn't. I like my fullbacks to be a bit pacier, so he is going to be leaving us. Same with Cohen Casteels, 37, 79 overall. He's just never going to get the starting spot over Allison. So, and then Leighton Clarkson, 28, 79 overall. Really isn't going to be growing all too much. So, he is leaving. I think he's joining Southampton. Yeah, he's joining Southampton. But yeah, we got absolute great performances here. We got tons of players in the 90s and 80s, high 80s. So, very content with how this team is now. And I think I might do one more season. I do want to win the Premier League with Liverpool. I mean, we've won the FA Cup, the Champions League. We still have to win the Carabao Cup, so those are the two competitions I might be looking forward to doing next season. But we're still not done here. We still have some players in the youth academy. We got some good players. I mean, we got some up-and-coming players here. Aaron Van Dam, center defensive mid Belgium. So, yeah, we got some good players. They're probably not going to see the light of day on the field just because of how low overall they are. But, you know, somebody might surprise us. Somebody might surprise us. So, yeah, taking a look at the Premier League stats. Haaland wins the Golden Boot. 31 goals in 38 matches. Whereas Nunez, 18 goals in 32 matches. That's not bad. Do we have anybody else? Yeah, we got Torres, 13 goals in 32 appearances, down to 16th. So not too shabby performances. Ryan Gravenberch takes the top assists for the season, though. He's got 11 assists in 29 matches, tied with Martinelli, who also has 11 assists. But clean sheets goes to Newbell for Southampton and Kobel. Each had 10 clean sheets to their name. Allison's there in 4th with 8 clean sheets to his name. Let's take a look at the championship, see who's getting promoted up. Let's see. Championship. Oh, Leeds United. Oh, they're in the championship? Wow, that's pretty impressive that championship team made it to the FA Cup. But they absolutely blew that competition out of the water. 109 points, finishing first. Nottingham Forest also getting promoted with 92 points. And then Burnley, Swansea, Sheffield United, and Middlesbrough all have a shot at getting promoted through the playoffs. Who's getting relegated? Anybody? QPR, Barnsley, and Sheffield Wednesday, they're getting relegated. So, yeah, it's a very, very great season for us. I love where we finished. We won the double, won the Champions League and the FA Cup. So very, very impressed with the boys. There really isn't too many signings I would make for next season. Probably looking at getting like another left back since Cancelo is going to be gone. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with where our team is. The squad depth is much better compared to where we were at the beginning of the season. So I'm happy with that. But yeah, with that being said, that is going to be the end of this video. I do appreciate all the support and likes that you've been showing me. So if you do want to see more content from me, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the likes, helps the algorithm. And if you subscribe, you get notifications when I post. And tune in very soon. I do have a very important channel update that's going to be affecting the next couple of months, so be on the lookout for that. And with that being said, I hope you guys all have a fantastic day.